Okay guys, welcome back again. It's still your boy, the Legend FS Academy, and in this video I'm coming up. I sincerely want to apologize to my fans that I didn't do any weekly analysis as of last week because the market was in a little bit unstable, so there was no clear direction. But thank God we have a clear direction in the market now. As you can see, I'm starting off from the monthly time frame on GBPJPY. When things go south, we intend to check the higher time frame. That is for swing traders. When there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, we switch over to the higher time frame, and that is what distinguishes the amateur trader from the professional or the pro traders. When there is a conflict in the market, we intend to switch to the bigger time frame. Because when there is a crisis in the community, we intend to seek for the advice of the elders. So that is what we do on the chart. When there is a conflict on the lower time frame, we switch over to the monthly time frame. So that is why I'm starting off from the monthly time frame. A lot of bashing has been going on Twitter, most especially because of the GBPUSD. So that is why I said okay, because some people say that we are in a bearish move. I even saw some some tweets that said is this particular bearish candle a joke to you, something like this. When I saw it, I smiled. I just said a lot of amateurs coming on Twitter to just tweet what they don't really know about. They will not do a deep analysis to understand why we have this in the market. So that is why I'm coming to now to do my own technical analysis and show you why I said that we are still bullish. A lot of people say we are still bearish, and a lot of people say we are still bullish. I will be showing you why a lot of people say we are still bearish on the 4-hour time frame, and I will also be showing you why I said that I'm still bullish on the monthly and the weekly standpoint. So in this video, I will only be focusing on GBPUSD, GBPJPY, and USDCHF, and I will be doing a top-down analysis on them. I'm sorry if this video will be a little bit longer. Please pardon and try and watch in order for you to gain more understanding on what we'll be expecting in the month of from now to December per se, because we have a lot of pips to go. By weekend, I will also do by midweek, I will also do an analysis on AUD USD. We have a lot of pips to catch if the market cooperates with us and align with our trading plan. So enough of all the talks. Let's quickly head over to what we have. First, you know that we first get our zone. We first get our zone right. First get the zone right. Like how I'll do it. I just started with a plain chart in order for you to let you guys know what we are expecting. So let me quickly draw my zone, get my zone right. Let me make it thin. I don't like it so big. So now I've gotten my zone right, and the next thing I have to do is that to let you guys know what are we having in the markets. We have this from this leg to the up, and from there we have this up here. We have a pullback, and we have another shoot up, and the shoot up create another high here, surpassing this particular high, and we successfully create another high here, and we had what we call a pullback again. The pullback didn't come below here. The pullback respected this. Assuming this pullback came below here, that would be in a different case, but he stopped halfway and he respected it, and he made another high. The high he made, he didn't give us an equal high. He surpassed this particular zone here. This particular one surpassed it, created another high. This alone should show you that we are still technically bullish. Breaking this particular high and not giving us an equal high. It successfully broke above this and give us this particular zone here. Ideally, we should have something like this. I will not be surprised if you have something like this. We are still technically bullish until this particular zone is taken out. This is what a lot of traders fail to understand. Twitter traders, they will just stay on Twitter and be saying all manner of things they like, but I'm not bashing them. But I'm just saying when things go south, you have to come back to the chart and reanalyze. That is what I'm trying to say. So now, the market came with this bearish, engulfing bearish, which someone was making reference to, but it's necessary for the market at least to come with a bearish engulfing. So the market stopped halfway. Ideally, we should also have something like this. This is just the market. This is just the scenario of the market structure. Look at it, and this is what has happened here. This is what has happened here. Let me quickly open up so that I can view it, so that expand this so that you can understand. Now we have all this rally. We have this was the bearish engulfing someone was making reference to. And note, this also broke above this particular zone here. This particular zone here. It broke it, came back with a retest. It broke it, came back with a retest, and that retest was what led to this particular down here. and this was successful, and the market is about to shoot up again. The market is about to shoot up, giving us this particular formation now on the or yet, although the new candle is just starting up. We are just having 23 days left. It's just starting up. So now we've done with what we need from the higher time frame, from the monthly time frame. We've seen that from the overall, from the monthly time frame, we are still technically bullish. And our next target zone is this particular zone here. This is where we are keeping our eyes on. That if everything being equal, if everything being right, this will be our next zone here. Now we have to switch over to weekly to see what we have on weekly. We can see on the weekly that everything we aligned on the. Let me clone this because I don't like it to be thin. I just like it to be, let me clone the, okay, it has come. Let me quickly drag it down so that it will look like a zone. Yes, it's perfectly well now. This is our overall zone from the monthly time frame. And you can see the structure of the market. When we broke down, we have another push up again. And I want to call your attention to this particular formation here. You see, when you see such a candlestick, a hammer, first week, second week, the bear tried to push this market down, but it was not coming. The bull refused. They came, but there's this analogy about how candlestick close. When a candlestick close, I don't know how to explain it, but I think I will have to do a separate video on that to show you guys the strength of a candle. When a candlestick close, the closure matters a lot, and how the candlestick close matters a lot. So with this formation of these two candlesticks that close here, these two hammer, it gives you an hint, or it gives us an hint that the bears wanted to pull this market down, but the bull, the moment it got to this particular resistance that turns support, they push the price up again, closing above, just near to this particular bullish candle here, just to show you the strength of this particular of the bulls. So the same thing happened here on the second week again. And the third week now, being this particular candle that is yet to confirm, this was an indecision. If we have a close of this, if this candle closes as an indecision, and we have another week that engulf this particular candle, something like this. If we have another week, something like this, that now engulf this, maybe something like this. Maybe this candle closes an indecision, and we have another candle that engulfs something like this. This will be a perfect run-up for us to this particular overall TP here, because I'm sure that this zone will be taken out. This zone will be taken out with what we've seen so far from the monthly time frame. This zone will be taken out, but this is our overall first TP, and this will be our overall TP. So now, what are we keeping our eyes on? We've gotten what we need for monthly. Weekly, we've seen the reaction of the candlestick and what they are telling us. Now let's switch over to daily. Now on daily is not giving us exactly what we need, because daily has been in this particular formation. I would like to say is a range. It has been in this particular formation for some time now, not making any significant high and not making any significant high. But overall, we are confident that this market is still bullish. This market is still bullish. So now, why are some people saying we are bearish? Let me show you why some people say we are bearish. Is that they came here, and they saw this particular demand supply zone somewhere here, and they drew their supply zone like somewhere like something like this. This is from the day trader standpoint. This is from the day trader standpoint, and they came to 4 hour, and it was not something like that. They were not expecting that the market will now come here, and the market. Some of them even do say that we have a counter trend line here, which I said I didn't disagree with them. You may be right, and I also may be right, depending on the view. They did something like this. Was expecting the market to collapse. This was what they painted, that we are having a supply zone here. But I didn't disagree with them. All I know is that from the monthly and weekly time frame, GBPUSD is still bullish. No, now on the daily, if you fail to enter from all the way from here, if you fail to have entered all the way from here, there was no chance for you. Ideally, I would like you to wait until this particular zone is cleared. You know, I've been making reference to this particular zone ever since. Yeah, I would like you to, if you are not a scalper, if you are not a day trader, you are a swing trader just like me. I've not even planned to buy or sell GBPUSD for some weeks now, because I've not gotten any significant area for me to enter from. So I'm still holding on. Rather, I was on AUD, and I was also on a USDCHF, because that was where I got a nice entry. So you can wait for this particular zone to clear. If this particular zone can clear, then we will definitely will have a pullback. Remember that we still have our overall target here, which is the one we've gotten from our monthly time frame. There is still a lot of room for us to wait. So ideally, there is no trade yet. There is no trade. There is nothing you want to trade here, and this is the 4 hour. And the least you can go as a swing trader is 1 hour and 4 hour. If you check, where do you want to buy from now? Or some people may say that we have a FEG somewhere here, FEG somewhere here. I bet you, if you are trading like this, most of the time the market will definitely clear you out. So the market will definitely clear you out. So ideally, if you are a patient and a disciplined trader, you should wait for us to take off this particular zone. If you can take off this particular zone, that will be a clean way for us. Some people enter somewhere here, and their first TP is here. Once the market reach here, definitely there will be a lot of profit taken here. And once we have a profit taken here, then the market will likely wants to rest a little bit before it shoot up again. So after then, that is where we cannot look to buy or to buy from. For now, let's just sit on our hand, and that is on GBPUSD. And secondly, let us go over to GBPJPY. You can see I've done my analysis on. Let me quickly go over to the monthly time frame, because I said when there is uncertainty in the market, we switch to the higher time frame. Let me quickly delete this and redo it. You can see I've done my analysis. Pretty simple and pretty good. No indicator, no fancy, just about 4 or 5 lines, and I'm good. Let me delete it and do it again for you guys to understand how I did it, so that you guys can flow along. First and foremost, on GBPJPY, we have 2 zones here. We have zone 1 here. We have zone 1 here. We have zone 1 here. This is my zone 1 here. This is my zone 1. Secondly, we have a zone 2 here. This is my zone 2 here. This is my zone 2 is somewhere here. Okay. This is my zone 2 here. And the market has been in an uptrend. Why I'm doing this on the monthly time frame? Normally, monthly is just for me to come and check my candlestick and candlestick pattern. But I decided to get my line from the monthly, because it gives me more clear direction on the monthly. So that is why I got all my line from the monthly time frame here. So I cannot do it on the monthly and adjust on the weekly and the daily. So I've gotten my trend line properly drawn. So this is my trend line. This is my trend line properly drawn. So now, what am I expecting next in this market? Remember, this guy has been stalling over a period of time here. Well, he got to this, although he took off this particular resistance zone here. Clearly, it came back to retest, but I was thinking this a third touch of this trend line, because the way I draw my trend line was, here was the first touch, here was the second touch, second or third touch. I was thinking another touch of the trend line for it to come, so that we can have a nice shoot up, but that didn't happen. So the market kept on stalling here, and once the market kept on stalling, what I do next is I intend to bust it. So I went over to weekly time frame, and I bust it. Let me show you. I bust it, and it's like it was on this thing that I did it. I bust it like this. The market, you can see that the market has been inside this. Let me quickly go over to monthly and put up my this thing. So what I was expecting, that the market will do something like this, because if you check GBPJPY, when it wants to collapse, it collapses well, then it's rallied gradually. So I was hoping or thinking or anticipating that the market will at least come down to this particular trend line before it will not take off to this particular zone here. Before it will not take off to this particular 245. So this is my trajectory on GBPJPY. This is what I'm expecting GBPJPY to do next. This is what I'm expecting it to do. So I'm thinking that it will collapse a little bit, because if GJ has the power, it wouldn't have been storing here, but simply because there was no enough liquidity in the market, so the market was just stalling. And you know, when market stall, is either it will crash low or it will crash up. So I'm favoring the downside after this range, because I call this a range. I'm favoring the downside so that the market can still at least come and touch this trend line. This trend line was touched here, also, was also touched. Okay, from there it did not touch. So I'm also thinking or hoping for GBPJPY to crash, to collapse down to this particular trend line. And when this happens, then we can now have a clear buy to the upside. As I said earlier, I will also be updating you guys on how this particular trade is, or how this particular chart is going. I will also do my best to be updating you guys. For now, we're just entering September. I just want to urge you guys. I know it's not easy. Even me, it's not easy. As a swing trader, it has not been easy. Whoever that is flaunting their profit or their lifestyle of a swing trader, just know that it didn't take them 1 year, it didn't take them 2 years. It's a year of a consistent and dedicated action towards the chart before they were able to break through. And once your breakthrough happen, I bet you that you will enjoy swing trading. This is not a time to start switching your strategy. I know it has not been favorable to swing traders these days. I know for a fact that is because I'm on the chart. I know what I'm saying. So it is time for you to still have some patience and still exercise patience. Wait patiently for you to play out. This for now, I don't think there's a trade here on GBPJPY. If you go over to daily, there's no much thing to say on daily here, because you can say you want to buy. You can say you want to buy from here, and what you would see next is the market will just crash down against you. So you want to be buying from a favorable zone, from where you know that if this market collapsed, at least you can be on a better side. If you buy from somewhere here now without the market making any significant high, the market can collapse against you. I just want you to check GBPJPY, the way it has been moving. When it move up, sometimes if it wants to collapse, it always collapse massively. So when after that collapse, it will gradually rise. So let's wait for this collapse to happen. Because I'm sensing that this collapse will happen. So when this collapse happen, then we cannot take off to buy with GBPJPY, and we know that our overall target is here. When this happen from now to December, we cannot be assured that we will be trading to this particular zone here. So this is what I have on you, or this is what I have on GBPJPY. Let's quickly head over to USDCHF, which is the trade I'm currently in. I will not be doing this technical analysis. I just want to be showing you guys what I have on my chart here, so that you can trade along with me if you like the setup. You know that over the time I've been saying this guy, I've been calling this guy that it will collapse. But for some reason, for some technical reason, this trend line was not here before. It was inside somewhere here before. But the moment when we break it, we still come back again. I kept on adjusting my trend line to accommodate the fake out. So now I even wrote this particular one. This one has been here for like 2 weeks now. I said that from this particular trend line, and the market is pointing down. The market is making lower, low, high. So I said, I even highlighted this on I don't know, maybe I posted it on my channel, but on the Discord platform where I belong, I highlighted it that this was a trend line touch and a supply zone here. I said that the market will likely come here and come and test it, and it will shoot down. I couldn't get a screenshot, but most of them also there. They are also watching my video. They can attest that I said it there, and that was exactly what happened. The market got to this particular trend line from the weekly we got. It touched it, and it gave us this particular M pattern, and the market collapsed. So now, if I'm to trade this particular zone, what are we expecting? What are we expecting next? Is that we have this particular let me take this off. This particular space here. You know, I always say that the market don't like inefficiency. The market cannot just continue going down without filling spaces. The market like filling spaces. So ideally, this market will likely want to come and fill this space here, which is the line that I've drawn earlier on, the bars that I put in here earlier on. At least the market would likely wants to get to this part, at least half of this particular zone here. So don't just trade blindly inside this particular zone, because the market can just rally up something like this and start coming like this. start coming like this, and the market will come like this and give you this formation, this formation here, and you would think that the market wants to start selling. Before you know, the market will just come up and touch this trend line again, and the market will now collapse all the way from here. So first target is somewhere here. So just be careful about this particular zone here. This has always been what is happening on USDCHF lately. I've been trading this guy for almost 5 months now, for 6 months thereabout. This has been the normal formation this guy is always using. So, but you just be careful and understand it, how it moves. So when you see something like this, then you know that it's time for you to scale in again. I'll also be updating you guys on it. So first target is here. And second target is here. I'm currently on this particular trade now. I may not be able to minimize to show you guys, but in my next video, I think if the market has not gotten to my first TP, I will also do well to show, because I like transparency. I like to show whatever I'm doing. I like to show everything in open. So for you guys to know how I started, how my beginning is going, and how I'm also grinding together. I'm not just capping. Whatever I'm teaching here is what I'm always doing. So this is what I have for you guys, and maybe probably in the week, maybe probably on Wednesday, I'll also be touching on AUD, USD. I also have a juicy setup on AUD, USD. I also have a juicy setup, but on Wednesday I will also be doing a you can see I'm just doing a rough analysis on it. But let's leave it till Wednesday, when I will be breaking it down for you guys to understand. But for now, let's quickly get off. We will stop it at USDCHF. Let's get off. Let's get off. So this is what I have for you guys till Wednesday. Please, if you like the way I teach, please give me a thumbs up. And if you don't also like it, I also want you to give me a dislike. But tell me in the comment box below what to do to improve in my next video. As you all know, no one knows it all. I'm here to learn. You learn from me, I learn from you. Until we attain the level which I call the CPT, consistent profitable trader. I'm not totally there yet, and I know a lot of traders are not totally there yet. Why not join me and let's go together until we attain the level I call the CPT, consistent profitable trader. Please give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to help me grow. Bye for now. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.